Hey there, everyone. This is Wendy. And Wendy, I was so thrilled when I read about your results. Would you mind just sharing what your journey was like? What led you to even find us, and kind of give us an update on the fantastic results that you've seen?
Well, it started with being diagnosed with diabetes. And I had seen you pop up on my Facebook feed a lot. So I did your 5-day masterclass, which I thought was amazing. So I set up an appointment to meet with you, which I did. And it took me all of about 3 seconds to determine that I really wanted to work with you and get my life back on track. I wanted to get my life back.
Yeah, and what were some of the problems, or were you on a lot of meds, or were you feeling a lot of symptoms, or kind of gives an idea of what you were feeling like when you started?
Well, when I started, I had diabetes runs in my family, and I had a son who had passed away. So I'd kind of not taken care of myself. So I knew when I went to the doctor that it probably wasn't going to be good news, and it was not. It was worse than I had anticipated because my A1C was at 12.5, which
Wow.
is very, very high. When she got those labs back, she immediately called me to make sure that I was feeling okay, and she was like any other doctor. She wanted to put me on a bunch of meds. She wanted to go down that route. And I knew enough to know there was a better way. So I told her that I wanted to look into something else, but that I would, do her suggestions, which were obviously to watch my eating, to get some exercise. She was really worried because she said with an A1C that high, that then you had a potential for having a stroke. And that was what really concerned her. So I told her to give me a month. And within that month, I got a hold of you and started your program. And I went back to her a month later, and I had already dropped my A1C to 11.4, which she was impressed with. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're that high, it really
Yeah.
is. It is a lot. Um, and then I just started doing your program, and I I told myself when I did the program I was going to be all in, that I was going to do it exactly the way it was laid out and just go all in, and that is what I did.
And then as a result, what are your numbers now? What have you experienced?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning it's a little rough, because your body's going through a lot of changes, but as of today, I've lost 71 pounds.
Wow.
Yes. And my A1C, when I went back to her, which was about a month ago, it was at 6.7. Um,
Fantastic.
yes, I've had great results, just great results.
And what did your MD say? What did your provider say?
Well, she was a little taken back, that I didn't go down the traditional route with metformin, and there was another one, piglazide, something like that, that she wanted me to take, and she was impressed. I'm not gonna lie, she was very, very impressed. And even though she's a traditional doctor, she always knows that I am more on the holistic side for the
Uh-huh.
way that I've approached everything. And she's been very great about that. She is a very good doctor. And so she's always respected that. But she was very concerned, like I said, with stroke and all that. So, but she said, whatever you're doing, it's great because the results, the results are what count.
That's
Um,
right.
yeah.
That's right. And were you able to get off medications, or were your symptoms improved? I mean, losing that much weight and getting your A1C down, that alone is fantastic. But did you see other things as a result?
Well, so much. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I had brain fog that lifted completely. My energy levels, of course, went up. I'm not going to lie, in the beginning, it's a little rough because your body is detoxing and it's going through a lot of changes. And that's why no matter what I was feeling like in that day, I just kept telling myself that I was going to believe in the process. I was going to believe in the process and I was going to hold true to everything that was set before me. And I'm glad I did because there was days that you're like, oh, can I do this? Because you just don't feel the good when your body is detoxing and getting rid of all that, all the substances. Because I ate all the things I did all the things I wasn't supposed to do. And I think the biggest eye opener for me was the elimination diet. And then adding the things back in because something that I thought was going to be an issue was not. And then something that, I was like, oh, that's not going to be my problem. That was my biggest problem. So it was just so educational. I learned so much.
And what difference did having a coach, I know Nicole was your coach, what difference was it having Nicole by your side?
It makes all the difference in the world. Just to have somebody who is there to encourage you, to address if you're like, okay, I'm doing this and I'm feeling terrible, and she would be like, well, maybe this is why. Let's do this, and we would try it, and it always got me back on track. I couldn't have done it without her. I just could not have done it. That's why that part of the program is just essential because we all think we can do it on our own, but to have somebody that's in your corner that you can reach out to, and they respond immediately and they're there for you no matter what.
Makes a huge difference. And what would you say to the person who may be skeptical or they don't even know that it's possible to reverse your diabetes? What would you say to that person?
Just give it a try. Believe in yourself, invest in yourself. That was what my husband said. He said, we're going to invest in you. He goes, because at the end of the day, you pay the price now or you pay the price later, so let's pay the price now so that we can get you healthy. And 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 it works. It works so well. I have to admit, I was surprised at the results. I expected, mild changes, moderate changes, but I really didn't expect the drastic changes that occurred.
Well, your family must be thrilled for you, and congratulations for doing the work, for taking the chance. And, sometimes it takes doing something that even scares you, but that tells you you're on the right direction. And now you're reaping the reward. So I'm so thrilled for you and so happy for you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I thank all of you. I mean, I couldn't have done it without everybody that was involved. Just everybody was amazing. I couldn't have done it without you guys.
Well, you reap the reward, and I know this is going to help someone. So thank you for taking the time to do this.
Oh, well, thank you.